Jimmy Savile's horrifying crimes are back under the spotlight as the BBC are to begin airing a controversial new drama about his sickening life with Steve Coogan in the lead role, and it will shed light on how he avoided justice. The repulsive sex offender got away with serious sex crimes against women, girls and boys for decades, and went to his grave in 2011 aged 84 before his deplorable acts were brought to light. Throughout his life, Savile built a powerful career as a broadcaster, presenter and charitable worker, but behind the friendly exterior was a monster that preyed on vulnerable children and other victims, and he utilized his star power in order to gain access to his victims and to help him cover his tracks. Rumors had followed Savile when he was alive, and broadcasters including Louis Theroux and Andrew Neil attempted to challenge him on the allegations that followed him in the shadows, but he refused to be drawn into discussion about it. It was after his death when ITV broadcast a documentary which saw victims of sexual abuse claim the star had attacked him. It was also revealed how he hid behind organizations such as charities, hospitals, prisons and even the BBC in order to groom, get close to, and attack his victims. The earliest claims of sexual assault led back to 1955 when Jimmy was manager of a club. And investigations at NHS hospitals, including Leeds General Infirmary and Broadmoor Psychiatric Hospital, alleged he sexually assaulted over 60 victims ranging in age from 5 to 75. His depraved actions didn't end there, as there were also allegations he had sex with corpses at the Leeds General Infirmary mortuary. And he got away with all his crimes despite numerous victims reporting him when he was alive. Even after death, investigations were hampered. BBC journalist Marion Jones began investigating historic claims for Newsnight soon after Savile's death, but editor Peter Rippon told him to stop. It wasn't until October 2012, a year after his death, that ITV broadcast Exposure, the other side of Jimmy Savile, which laid bare the allegations about him. London's Metropolitan Police subsequently launched an investigation which saw 450 victims come forward. Scotland Yard ultimately ruled that Savile had been hiding in plain sight due to his celebrity status, and Peter Watt, of the NSPCC, said at the time that Savile was one of the most prolific sex offenders we have ever come across. Now the BBC are airing a drama about the vile sex offender with a show produced by ITV Studios. The 4-part series, titled The Reckoning, is based on a book by former Esquire editor Dan Davis, who worked to expose Savile when he was alive. Dan interviewed Savile over a 7-year period in an effort to get to the truth, but his line of questioning was angrily shot down by the Predator when he tried to raise the issue of allegations about him. After Savile died, Dan interviewed victims and published his book Plain Sight: The Life and Lies of Jimmy Savile in 2014. Steve Coogan, who has taken on the role of the pedophile, has defended his decision to portray the sex offender on screen. He told the BBC, "I'm a professional being hired to do a job, and that means to not do something which has any kind of caricature or comedic content, or to render him some pantomime villain, which would be a disservice to the survivors and victims." Follow Mirror Celebs on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube and Threads.